for summer 2. We just did a quick assessment of the cabin. Front deck's got a few waves in it with that Trex decking. A little disappointed in that, but that's the cabin's dry, cabin's straight, no insects, no rodents inside. The trailer had a few pack rats inside somehow, which is not unsurprising, but things look pretty good. You'll see in the pictures, we've got the hood up on the truck coming in. It is not easy to get here, as we've discussed, but we made it. We've got our load on down there. We're going to start unloading here pretty quick. Right away, no humidity. A little windier today. One more little video. We just had a good meal. Here's our cooking setup. MJ is going to get this all organized tomorrow. And as I've said in the previous, preparation is huge. I spent a lot of time, and people have asked, what do we eat when we're out here? That is our supply of protein: Italian sausage, pulled pork, beef stew, potatoes, chili, potato soup, canned beef, canned pork, and that's what we eat a lot of. But that goes into that preparation stage that I did before we got out here. All right, day 2 was a frustrating day, but we did get some stuff accomplished. The 2 side windows are cut in and framed. I was going to do that last night. Started on the one, was tired, it wasn't going great, so I stopped. We got those knocked out this morning. I had a 4-page list of things we needed to get, so I went to town, left pretty early, just got back, about a 9-hour trip. Lost my 4-page list about half a page in, so I had to go from memory. I'm not sure if what I didn't get. That might cost me another half a day. That's frustrating for me. I don't like to do that. But I'm gonna have a sandwich out here on the deck. No humidity. It's about 68 degrees. A nice evening. So we'll hit it hard tomorrow. Lay out a set of stairs here. Sometimes that can be intimidating, so we're just going to go through the process here. The first thing that we need to do is establish our rise, and we're going to put our stairs on our support here, and we want to go from finished floor to finished floor. So our finished floor on our deck is on top of our deck boards. Our finished floor on our deck is going to be ground level, so it's not quite as crucial as if we were inside, where this would be a finished floor and that's a finished floor. So we get our height here for our rise, and it is 86 3/8. So our rise is 86 3/8. All right, if we had a specific run of distance we needed to be from a floor to a ceiling in a basement of a house or something, then that run would be determined differently. But for us, I decided my run based on my step. So I've got 2 deck boards that we're going to use for a step, and that's about 10 3/4 inches, and we're going to make our run 10 inches then. So our rise is 86 3/8, our run is 10 inches. So our rise, 86 3/8, our run is 10 inches. Ideally, for a comfortable step, we want to be somewhere around 7 inches for our rise. So we take 86 3/8, divide it by 7, and we end up with 12.3 stairs. Well, we aren't going to be able to have a third of a step of stair, or we could, but that's not a good idea. So we take 86 3/8, and we either round this number up or down. We're going to round it down to 12, and that tells us our rise is 7.2 inches, or 7 1/4. So our rise is 7 1/4, our run is 10, and you want your rise and your run to be ideally between 17 and 18 inches. and we're at 17 1/4. So that is right in the middle of 17 and 18. That gives us a comfortable step. All right, we've already got our steps laid out, but I'll show you what we do with those numbers then. Our run was 10 inches. So on our framing square, our run is 10 inches, and they make little clips that you can lock on 10 that makes it a little more convenient. I don't have any of those here. And our run is 10, our rise is 7 1/4, so we lay the 7 1/4 out and the 10, and we mark that step. Then we come over to the end of that first step to get our end. We square that back off, and we come down 7 1/4 inches, so we have the same rise, and there's our rise. And then if you want to put a 2x4 kicker in the end of your stairs, when you lay those down, you mark off, you just took a 2x4, we mark that off, and you cut that out also. And then all you do is repeat. We had 12 steps. So we turn this over and we run that up 11 steps, because we want our step to come into the top of our deck and our deck be our 12th step. So we cut our stringer. We're going to use that as our pattern. And now once you have that and you know that's right, it's really easy. You just mark off your steps. I'm going to come back. And I'm going to work down all of my marks. And then, quite honestly, we've cut one, but these are really wet. Our saw blade is not very good. We're a long ways from a saw blade, so I'll show you how we cut one, but I'm not real proud of the way we have to force the saw, but I'll show you how we cut this out. Usually we cut all of them at the same time and then work back and cut the others, but I'm just going to cut one out here. Maybe I'll do two to show you this process. And what I want to show you here, I showed the same thing on the last video with the rafter tails on the A's, but most codes will allow you to cut past this for this to fall out. I don't like that. I'd prefer just to stop on my line, take a Sawzall, and finish that cut so you don't have that back cut across that. Okay, it's about 6 o'clock in the morning on the next day. I think it's day 3. My phone went dead last night or yesterday. By the time I got it charged, it was dark, so we're doing our video. We worked on stairs and foundation. So we got our set of stairs into the back completed. We've got to skin it and put the railing on, but it's a lot better being able to get up and down stairs than it was on the things we were climbing up and down. And then we also worked on foundation work. And foundation work is labor intensive and time consuming regardless of where you're at. But we have our set of stairs that comes over here, and our plans called for the stairs to come out to a platform and down. And we've got a big rock that we are not able to move. So we had to make a little bit of an adjustment on how we did that. I'll go down and show you that below, but the stairs had to be moved out a little farther and down. And we worked on those posts, getting those set securely. And we did our foundation pier down below for the other end of the stairs. I showed in the video we laid out and cut all the stair stringers. That's time consuming, but that's what we got done yesterday. Okay, we're down below where the stairs are going to be. This is going to be a platform coming up to the stairs. Stairs go down. We've got one stair stringer sitting on our pier that we planned for last year and going up. One thing that I didn't account for or didn't realize, I wanted these stairs to be the same rise and run as the back, and they went back a little bit farther than I was planning. We were going to be into that rock anyway, so actually it worked out pretty close. We had to beat off some of the rock there, do a little trimming on the 6x6 to get that down in where we wanted it. These posts do not have to be a 6x6. That's overkill as far as support, but I wanted aesthetically all of our posts to be heavy back here and match. All right, we're in the front. We did get the steps done today. They came out nice. We do have to put a secondary landing down here, but that's going to be later when we get it landscaped. So we've got our steps on, and comes up to our little approach and up onto the deck. So the steps are over on the side. They're concealed. They're 50 inches wide, so there's plenty of room if we want to get things up and down the deck. As you step off of that deck, you've got a nice big platform. You can stand away from the deck to walk up and down. So that was kind of the goal of that. Worked out really well. I'm going to keep working. It's starting to get dark. I don't know what time it is, but when the sun gets about here in the mountains, we get this light for quite a while, and it's a great working time. It's cool. There's no breeze. Kind of got my second wind for the day, so we're going to do a little bit of finish work. MJ's been cleaning, organizing, and earlier we put up the first pieces of trim. This is that Shoshugibon, I think is how you say it, is what we're using for the finish on the cabins, which is burned wood, and we really, really like it. Got the first piece of siding up, got our little utility door trimmed, got our furring strips on, and the system we're using for finishing here, or for installation, is we've got a 3/8 inch air gap right here, and I've got a filter down below. I don't think you can see it, maybe you can right there. I've got a little filter to keep insects out. We've got an air gap down here so air and water can drain out and air can get in behind the boards. Keeps them dry, makes them last, keeps them from warping. Been putting siding up this morning. It's going really well. Looks great. We're going to get up to the upper deck and frame that deck in later this afternoon. In these corners, I've just established my roof line, or my soffit line here, and then just running the siding behind that, and then we'll run the soffit up to that. That works great. Now, if we ever have to replace the siding, then that'll have to be cut out, but I doubt that's going to happen, so should work out fine. Siding goes up really easy, the tongue and groove. Put your board down. Use a dead blow. Make sure it's tight. Tighten the corner. And then I'm attaching this with crown staples. I prefer a crown staple over a finish nail because the crown staple shoots two and it pinches that wood in between and gives you a much more secure connection in my opinion. Yesterday we got the back finished with siding, with the exception of this one beam. That's going to be the same focal point beam as it is in the front. They kind of mirror each other. This one supports the deck, the upper deck. So we got all the siding done, upper deck done, the deck framing done, and the door installed, door handles. So we got quite a bit again accomplished yesterday. The goal today is to get the front completely done and start on this 10, and I'm thinking if we have a big day we might be able to get most of that 10 up and the front all trimmed out. If we get all that accomplished, that would be a good day. I feel fortunate we were able to find a 1x12 16-foot long in town. That's a hard thing to get out here. The big box stores, the Lowe's, Home Depot, I didn't have them, but a local lumberyard did, and they had a nice one, so we were lucky. Now we can finish the front trim, take down the scaffolding, clean the deck off, and get all that buttoned up, if I don't mess this one up. If you're unfamiliar with this technique for preserving wood, where you burn the wood, I think it's called Sushugiban, and we're taking off the top char, and you end up with this really nice finish. I have no idea how it's going to hold up or last. Research shows that they've been using it for a long, long time, but I really like it.
That's how you do that shit.
Yeah. Rain let up a little bit. We've been installing railings. They look pretty good. We got them pretty plumb. Look down the line there. All pretty much dead on. Look good. Yeah, we've been working outside. We're working on the railing. Looking fantastic, but we got a little hailstorm. Well, it was a quick one. We've been fighting the elements all day. Here she comes again. Mountainous weather.